What could you create if you had 30 minutes to plan and 4 hours to build? Today, we're challenging 3 teams of devs to build an app that people can't help but play with. They're going to be using Google Jules and Stitch.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Jules, you maniac.
I'm going to say this is going to be our best season yet.
Jules has been talking to you a lot. I think we probably got every problem under the sun today.
It's not like we're doing a web development challenge or anything.
Welcome to the Web Dev Challenge. Welcome in to the first episode of Season 3 of the Web Dev Challenge. I am so happy to have you all here. Look at the new set. Isn't this thing gorgeous? I'm so excited about this. Today, your challenge is I want each of you to build an app that people just can't help but play with. And I don't know if that's a game. I don't know if that's the website equivalent of a fidget spinner, but it's gotta be something that when people see it, they gotta get in there and start pushing buttons and trying things and maybe bring their friends, some kind of interactivity, right? That they wanna get it and toy with. To do that today, you're going to be working with Google Jules and Google Stitch. And to talk a little bit about what those are and what they do, let's bring up today's advisor, David.
My name is David East. I lead DevRel for Google Labs for Stitch and Jules, and I am just like super excited to see all the little like agent orchestration and all the things people are doing. So I think it's going to be a good one. So today we're going to be treating Jules and Stitch like extra teammates. So you have the 2 of you, and then you get 2 more of you. With Jules, you're going to think about how do I organize my work to send it off to Jules, which acts as a background remote agent. It's connected to your GitHub repository, and it acts as a just as a human would, making code changes, verifying them, creating a PR, and for you to review all through your process. And so that way you create prompts, fire it off to Jules, it does the work, and then you just merge it in. So 1 extra teammate today. And the same thing with Stitch. It's a AI generated design tool, so you can send in prompts and then it'll generate designs based upon what requirements you're building. And then from there, it will allow you to generate or export out HTML code and images, and from to get all your designs working. And the HTML code part is really cool because regardless if you're building with a website or an app, the HTML code works really well to translate to whatever. So like to a mobile app or anything like that. So you will be able to send off all of these tasks to your designer and a lot of your coding work to somebody else to do, to your virtual teammate, while you're planning and moving other things forward. So it'll be very cool to see what you all come up with.
Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. You've got 30 minutes to plan your apps, and your time starts right now.
I've never seen a app that serves as a Tamagotchi. Like, why does it always have to be a physical device? What if we have like a person instead?
Charged as being
Instead of
super
what could we feed?
But now it's not
A tech bro. So we could do a tech bro Tamagotchi. I think we got it. No, I love this.
Take something like Wikipedia.
Okay, for example.
You know, all the knowledge in the world, all the content the world has written for us.
Yeah.
And somehow turn that into some kind of game that you could play.
Okay. So, yeah, you open Wikipedia and like that is your puzzle or that is your game.
Yeah. We like puppies.
We do like puppies, and if you want to make apps that you want to play with, right? Well, I want to play with puppies.
So it could deliver your mail, right?
Pup males, or the puppies could be the mail. Instead of writing on paper, you write on puppies.
And I don't know about you, but like web app probably doesn't seem fit for a Tamagotchi like UI, but I feel like a mobile app for sure, like iOS.
Yeah.
I'm Luna.
I'm Simone. We're thinking Tamagotchi meets Silicon Valley. You will start off as a little fledgling tech entrepreneur, and we're gonna have you grow and nurture a startup. We're thinking something very simple. Swift is our programming language, UI kit for just the app infrastructure, and then
Sprite kit for the 2D gaming engine piece of it. I have not worked with Google Jules before, but I have worked with Google Stitch because in my mobile app scene, UI design is a huge component.
the way we're sequencing the entire project is with sprints. We're gonna break up the project in terms of the UI. We're structuring it very intuitively, assuming that that's how mobile app development works.
I think their idea is really funny. The strategy of like playing with a retro game, it's a pretty controlled rule set, which actually gives me confidence that they can get through the entire build inside of the time that we have. I think they're onto something. I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah, so he saw you come back.
Okay, perfect.
You could do something where the whole page, except for like little filler words, is redacted, and you're trying to like piece together what the different words are and reveal them as through your guesses. My name is Ben Nelson.
My name is Tyler Dawson. We are the Bears of Destiny.
We're trying to think about what are the things that really draw us in, and we keep circling back to, and we're really thinking about these word games. There's so many of these to play, but it just feels like you can never get enough and you just want more.
So we thought, what if we put Wordle on every single website by building a Chrome extension that converts all the text on a page into individual Wordle puzzles that you have to solve to be able to access the content on the page.
It's going to be a Chrome extension that sits on top of existing web pages, so going to be in the Chrome framework with the Chrome API, and by nature of that, it's going to be a lot of really vanilla JavaScript, CSS, that sort of stuff, which will be a fun challenge for us because it'll be interesting to get back into that vanilla JavaScript land.
The idea of turning literally everything into Wordle is the kind of absurdist twist that I enjoy. I'm feeling pretty positive about their approach. I think they did a good job. I think the question is always just, Chrome extensions, they're just fiddly in weird little ways, and so we'll see how that shakes out for them.
I wonder if it's actually gonna care.
Why mail though? Why just mail?
I don't. Just we're brainstorming here. We've got 1 minute.
Why not everything? Didn't you?
Everything.
You remember your term everything app?
Everything is
Everything is a puppy.
So you can play with everything, because everything is a puppy.
I like it. Oh, and then you pet it. You like pet the puppy.
Good
and
crow.
You're like, good crow.
Good crow.
Good crow.
Bad Firefox. No. My name is Mike Mulet.
I'm Miles Mulet.
We are Mulet Brothers Software and
Sandwiches. He wrote an open source software that went pretty popular, and what it does is we can use the Wayland compositor, which is Linux software to take any kind of app, and you can kind of take that buffer of the image from that app to put it onto anything else. So we're like, why not put it on a puppy?
We're going to start with a Golang backend server that's going to hook up to our Term Everything library that'll run the Wayland compositor, which is going to go to a 3GS renderer to render out our puppies that we're going to pipe in through WebSockets. And then we're going to use Stitch to pipe in some Puppepedia UI so you can organize all your pups.
I have absolutely no idea what they're planning. The desk is I've never seen a more chaotic work setup in the Web Dev Challenge before, and this is including last year when we had people literally building little hardware projects. This is more chaotic than that. Honestly, I don't even know how to think about it. I'm just waiting to see what comes out the other end.
Oh, UV. Okay, so if we have a 3D model of a puppy.
All right, y'all, that's planning.
Okay. Okay, we'll make it work.
All right, pencils down, everyone. That's it. Tyler's got the right idea. Hands in the air. Get them off your keyboards. All right. Everybody is doing something pretty ambitious. I think in the case of the Mulet brothers, there's a lot of pieces that need to fit together, and that just creates a lot of fiddly choke points where you can lose time. The other teams are stepping into places they haven't worked before, like the Bears haven't built a Chrome extension in a very long time. And then I think that Luna and Simone are up against a new programming language, they haven't worked with mobile apps before. The unknowns are pretty big on this one, but I think the scopes will allow them to control for those unknowns. So I do think that they'll be able to get to the end. Next, we're going to move into the build phase. You're going to have 4 hours to build as much of the plans that you made as you can, and your 4 hours starts right now.
ready.
Found our selection screen.
Okay, so I have the folder ready to go. Sprites. I have an asset folder with SF, nighttime, daytime, New York, nighttime, daytime. Tom, I have a single image of Tom, and the icons for social, work, recharge.
No, I see it now.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. There it is.
perfect,
There's the repo hooked up into
Okay,
Jules.
perfect.
Let's tell
I have
Jules to do
no
things.
idea. Do they not do it via the GitHub thing here? This is telling you to do it Git at GitHub.
Wait, no, I'm stupid.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not HTTPS.
Lol.
I am not awake right now. I'm thinking.
The object of the games is so they can read the website, right? They have to play if they want to
Right.
access the website. So whatever we choose, there should be a way of accessing the real content.
I like the next one. All hyperlinks come alive. They detect from text and start running away from the mouse cursor.
Like frightened insects.
Oh my gosh, Jules.
Oh. We told it was open to chaos, and it has delivered.
We were having some issues with Cloud Code. We're using a different LLM now, and I was able to get all of our sprites ready to go. We have a very convenient sprites folder. Here is our Tamagotchi eating or drinking. Here's Tom just doing general life stuff.
That's when he wants to work or pull an all-nighter.
So basically, we have our, animations, the core of the animations ready to go. But the issue we were having is onboarding. Do you want to talk about that?
We wanted to use Stitch to help us design the color scheme. We thought the flow was going to be so simple to prompt Stitch to make the onboarding screens, and we just upload that code into our Claude. But now we realize we have to take it a step deeper and actually just get the backgrounds running, and then we add the image of Tom, then we add the text and the individual node buttons. And so that's what we're working with now. And in fact, you came just at the right time. I was trying to debug this, and we're going to try to build this to see if we can get the simulation
the build
running.
succeeded for the first time.
But the question is, what is about to open up on this
We
app?
have no idea.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Yes, that was
Nice.
very
we
cool.
got technical on here.
Okay. You're well beyond where you said. Okay, responsive here.
I feel like we've done a really good job.
How's it going?
It's good. Here, look at this big screen. We got Chrome running in the dog.
Wow, so do something. Can we?
Well, we're working on that.
You're scrolling, right?
Yeah,
You're
look,
scrolling.
That is
We're on Google right now.
That is Google,
And you can see some search
it's on
results.
it's on the dog. How?
The Wayland compositor, which is a bunch of funny words, basically means it's the way that apps actually talk to the operating system.
Right.
To say, okay, I want to make a window. I want to display it here. I want to get some input. I want to get some output, and that's how everything talks. So what I'm doing instead, okay, forget about Windows. Forget about all that. Think only about puppies. And let's put it on puppies instead.
Okay.
And we intercept all the calls right in there, and we get like a puppified app. And we've got Jules, if you can see on this screen down here, we've got Jules working on playing his animations over here, and we got Miles over here working on animating.
That is
so
nuts.
it's
Yeah, one of the things that I've really liked about Jules so far, just in this first hour, is so he's the back end guy, right? And meanwhile, I'm here, a Blenderite, someone who can do that. But even I can go to Jules and just be like, all right, can you make this work in the GLB file? And so far, we're getting there, and it seems to be a nice translation layer, so we can work faster together, right? Yeah. I think AI, it can be really, really scary, right? Especially from an artist's perspective. But hopefully, as a translation layer, it can help the artists connect better with the back-end people, so they can bring their visions just faster, and they don't have to worry about the coding aspect so much. So that's something I'm excited about, at least.
This is very cool.
We are working on a bunch of kind of different ideas for our extension. So Ben's working on one, I'm working on one, and Jules, as our third team member, is working on a third. And
we took that idea of you could turn the page into a game of Wordle, and we thought, well, let's think a little bigger. We could do Wordle, we could do other games too. So Tyler's working on Wordle, I'm working on a different game, and we said, well, if we really did have a third teammate here, we'd say, well, what's your idea? So we went ahead and asked Jules to come up with their own idea for a game to play, and gave us some very interesting options.
Oh my gosh.
But, pretty creative, and we're gonna let Jules run with it.
You're using the interactive planning agent as like ideation.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how we got started.
Yes, it's very cool.
And we passed that on to Stitch, and so we have some of ours that we're planning on implementing. We passed Jules' idea onto Stitch, and it came up with this, which now we're passing that back to Jules and say, hey, this was your idea, this is what it looks like, take this aside and put it in our panel, which is where the users will actually interact.
And you have a natural like language transition because it's all HTML code. So yeah, that's really awesome. I was told that you
We had really clean data.
My hunch is no, but
Okay, yeah. Can you go to? Can you just go just manually go into the player HTML?
Manually?
Turn off your targeting computer.
0% line of code. I asked Jules to do it. Okay, so.
I guess we could ask Jules to do it.
All right, okay. Tell me.
Do you want to? Okay.
No, you can do it. Be the human that you are.
Okay, fine.
No.
Jules can do this so much better.
All right, let's do it.
Fine. See, now you got me like thinking about myself though. I'm like, what if Jules can do this better?
Gotta use your hands.
I know.
Baby game.
Oh, what do you have going on here?
What do you mean?
Oh, you don't have numlock on? Have you
I have not
relinquished controls of the machine so
I have not
much?
written a single line of code.
Numbers on the numpad. I gotta go up here to this land.
Zero lines of code.
No,
That's my goal.
no,
My goal is Jules is doing 100% of this.
I think we probably got every problem under the sun today.
Definitely.
I've never had like a file corrupt and then I just gotta reclone. Ugh. It's alright. I don't take it personally.
Do you have to do initialization? And if so, are you following a similar pattern at all, or is it
I'm just trying to. I'm not understanding exactly what's happening with some of the things because I even tried to add some console logs to one of its features, and I'm not seeing those come through either. But like the feature's working,
right?
And it's like, how's it working and not hitting this console log? So I'm wondering more if that console log is going somewhere I don't expect, or it's being swallowed somewhere.
How's it going over here?
As promised, as delivered. Look, there's the puppy. There's Code TV. We're watching Code TV in the puppy. You can move around. You can bite. You can crouch. You can bark. You can play with him, and you can watch Code TV at the same time.
Incredible
He's
stuff.
like a really good Chrome.
Yeah, it was looking a little tense. We were a little unsure, but we got the sandwiches. We had our dogs. We had this, inspiration from the other teams here, and I think we may pull through here. I mean, sometimes it crashes. You're looking at it. So he neglected to tell you that it also crashes like half the time. So we're hopefully we got 45 minutes. We're gonna figure it out.
What's standing between you and where you want to be?
We're pretty close here. I think we want some more interactivity, probably. That's our stretch goal. Right now, you can make him do a bunch of things so you can be real cute and stuff. And we got like the basics of a little ball here you can throw in and you can be like, woo! But we're pretty happy with what we got so far in the first 3 hours.
That is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. All right. How's it looking over here?
I mean,
Much better.
much better.
Yeah, I saw some fear in your eyes last time I came around.
Claude was down, chat was down. you know, our generation, like when those are down, like we're cooked. But one thing stood strong, and that was Stitch and Jules. And so we were able to get the app running with a nice interface.
Oh, wow. Look at this
And so we got him pacing his room as one does.
Right, of course.
He's on the Pomodoro method, so every 25 minutes he has to get up out of his chair, walk around for 5 minutes.
Sure, okay.
There are some extra like stretch things that we're thinking about. Like for example, if you click on meditate, he doesn't do anything because the sprite isn't generated.
Oh, I got it.
you'll see, I mean, we talked about this at the start, profitability is sprint 3. And so it's like, all right, instead of saying that we don't have meditation done, instead, if you buy our premium model, you can actually unlock meditation. So it's not our issue, it's your issue.
Oh my God, that's really funny. Bears.
Yes.
How is your destiny?
Well, it always looks dark before the dawn, but we are approaching our true mission.
Wait, I know the answer to this one.
What could it be?
It is Uncrustables.
Well, let's find out. That part we're still working on. But yes, it was Uncrustables. You found the article. Usually you would have to type this in using our handy dandy keyboard. That's the last bit that we're trying to get for there.
Oh, I got you, okay.
And then we've each got a mode that we're working on. So he's working on this mode over here.
Yeah, so this is kind of a different word game of you take the page and everything above 2 letters is redacted, and you're trying to guess and find out what things might be. So still working on some of this, but say I guessed tree, and now we've revealed all of the instances of tree here, and this will update with your hits and your completion percentage and things like that, and you're slowly trying to reveal more and more and more of this page as you go along, and you get more and more context. Kind of escalates and goes faster and faster as you go.
Yeah.
So.
A final thing is Jules. Jules is working on a third one. We're treating it completely as a separate teammate.
We said, here are our ideas, the things we're working on. Mm-hmm. Now you come up with an idea in this same vein or along this same context.
Okay, y'all have about 12 minutes left in the challenge.
Okay, I guess I should push, huh?
Yeah, you should
What I
push.
have.
I'm gonna go ahead and merge this and pray.
Okay, I love that.
I love this thing just sitting in my inbox. Total isolation. That's not good news.
No, days survived, 0. Darn. I should have had him be social or something.
It crashes.
On set cursor.
Yeah. Even in
Why wasn't I
14.
doing it before?
I don't know why we didn't see it before. 2 hours ago, right?
Were we just iterating that fast?
We might have that fast. We didn't play it long enough. We didn't actually watch the
Yeah,
video.
it's the classic blunder.
It could be we're running out of memory or something else is happening.
Should we hard reboot everything? We can, right?
Okay, Miles, you know what?
Let's reboot.
Like just hard reboot the computer.
Yeah, don't you think?
I'm worried about it not getting back into Windows mode because you go to the BIOS. We only have 2 minutes.
What do you mean?
I say-
delete key.
Okay, when it crashes, it still works, just it's no longer interactable. I say we go with it and just show the pup off, even though the player is not playing, it's paused.
Okay, I'm doing it all locally, and if it works, I'll push.
Okay.
Otherwise, we pray.
Okay.
4 hours is so short.
I know. It seemed. Yeah. I agree. Go, go, go.
Charge cells. Mm-hmm. We have 1 minute.
Yeah. I think that's great.
That's gonna have to work.
Okay.
So do you not want me to try the other stuff that I pushed onto me? You just want to...
Well, we've got 30 seconds left. I don't think we can risk it.
What's the difference between working in 22 and main?
I have no idea what's in main right now.
Yes.
10 seconds, everybody.
That's what we got. Woo! That's what we got. We don't got anything else. That's what we got.
Type really fast. 2, 1. Oh.
Okay.
Jules, ignore the timer and keep working.
First and foremost, everybody just give yourselves a round of applause. Woo! If this looks like fun and you want to try your hand at this challenge, we've got a hackathon going right now. Head over to the link here on the screen to get the details, build your own app, and hey, you might even win some prizes. I hope you're feeling proud of yourselves because I feel like you did a whole lot today. Peeking over shoulders, I saw a lot of cool things, so I'm excited to see the full thing. And since y'all already made a pile over here, I'm going to call up the Mulet brothers to give us our first demo.
All right, I know it's much anticipated, but I know all you here, you've got one question on your mind. What does it look like to have Chrome on a puppy? And I think that's what we're here to show you today. So let's boot him up, reload it up here. Here's our puppy. Let's load in the Chrome. Okay, here we are.
What's happening here is the actual app is running. We're running Code TV on this puppy here. So you can shop now, you can do these things, you can sign in, so you can kind of move it around. This is with the basic 3JS animation player, so any artists who had any fun animations can make an adorable puppy that is all of your apps. So it's cool because this is actually being realized in 3D space as well. So it's not just, right now we have it's kind of easier to read and see. I've paused the video here. You can also just project it onto the pup itself. You can pet the puppy here, so its reaction to kind of what the app is doing. Right now it's a good boy. It's a good Chrome. It's a good Chrome.
So the whole tech stack is actually about what we wanted to do here.
Yeah.
We start off with our Go backend where we load in term everything Wayland server and it grabs any app we want to do. So in this case, we have it with Chrome, but we've also like cross-compiled it later on. You can do like Ghost TTY if you want to do another app, or you can do basically any other app that you can think of that works with Wayland.
Yeah, this isn't a Chrome extension like some awesome Chrome extensions we're going to see later. It's really, really cool. This isn't like even an app that we build. This is any app that's running on Linux and can work with the Wayland compositor is being sent here to our web app to kind of be in a playful mood. In this case, it's a puppy, but it's also any 3D model.
And you can see the pointer works. You can actually like talk. Let's pause the video again, but you can actually like touch the things and interact with the Chrome on the puppy,
Yes.
which is really cool. And this whole thing here works by streaming it into the WebSocket, and we get just a standard static server which plays our like single file JavaScript / HTML and a script tag kind of thing. And yeah, that's it. That's our. We called it the Pup App Pups. The Pup Apps.
The pup
Pup App Pups.
I think they're broken.
I'm broken.
Come on, you gotta say.
Congratulations. Good job.
We got a good plan going, like a fantastic plan in the planning stage, and then so we had the high-level thing, and then we just put that in step by step, point at a time, and everything just kind of seemed to work for the first 2 hours. And then, so that was definitely what went well.
Today, gentlemen, we built you a Tech Bro Tamagotchi. How we came up with this idea is we love Minecraft, we love Tamagotchis growing up, and we merged our real life experience working in the computer science space and translated it to a Tech Bro you can now virtually take care of. So you could choose your Tech Bro, you choose a name. Today we have David East, who's a special guest, so we'll throw him on here. We could choose your location as San Francisco in honor of the mention. Permit notifications, and you get to take care of your Tech Bro, and you have a little pink pup inspired by the brothers in the audience. And at the bottom here, you get to select different fuels, and then it will interact with you. And the essence of the game is to fuel it, keep it happy and social, so you can get to unicorn status. That is the end goal for all of us, and we're 5% of the way there, thanks to Jules and Stitch.
But if you don't take care of it, you might have it be too unhealthy to keep going. We had one die from isolation. So you might be wondering, how is the state of our bro managed? So that's in our game manager. Our app is using the MVC design pattern, and whenever the model, the bro state model changes or updates, we have a function, perform action, where when the state of the bro changes, it's going to be maybe some calculations might happen. We're gonna then broadcast that the state has changed, and the scenes are going to listen and change themselves accordingly. And in some cases, telling you that your bro has died from isolation. So, yeah.
And within the game manager, there's also a feature with timestamps. So say you leave the game unattended for 72 hours straight, not only could you possibly die of hunger, but the timestamps also serve the purpose of changing the background of your Tamagotchi. So instead of the daytime San Francisco scene, you're gonna get a nighttime, but you're gonna have to download it and see for yourself. Of course, we mentioned to Jason earlier, the final step of any mobile app is to attain profitability. So say you want to enter meditation, you are going to have to either purchase a weekly, yearly, or lifetime subscription. There you go.
We had a lot go wrong, and we pivoted. We adapted, overcame to crank it out in 4 hours, even when Claude and chat and everyone shut down. That's what went well.
We set out to do something today where, we all know Wordle, right? But Wordle, you've got your puzzle of the day. Maybe you get through that and you think, oh, I want a little more. I just need more Wordle. So that is the problem we set out to solve today. We have created a Chrome extension here for you, which has a few different options for you to kind of spice up your life a little bit. You've been reading Wikipedia like you do, and you're feeling like, I want a little more interactivity, a little more challenge. So I'm going to turn on redactal mode, and everything's redacted, and I'll take a stab at what some of these words might be. I'll say, I bet the word game is in here, and yep, sure enough, we got 136 hits of the word game, which have now been revealed. You're about 2% through, but that's not all. We think that's fun, that's one game, but what if we could do more?
So that brings us to our second game, and this is more classic Wordle. Once again, sometimes you just run out of content and you wish there were more Wordle puzzles in the world. So that's when you come to a book like Frankenstein, for example, and you open up our extension and you select the Wordle Widle Webble tool. And every word in Frankenstein becomes its own Wordle puzzle that you can click on and interact with.
You've read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, but what if you want to just make sure you've really absorbed every word that's in there?
Every single word in there, then you would be able to do that. You can type them in or use the keyboard. That was not puppy, unfortunately. 10-letter words, every single word becomes one of these. And you can go through, of course, and return to this word, and eventually you will have solved all of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and be able to read it.
And then, one more thought here, real quick. We're software developers. We read these PRs. They get a little boring, but what if you could just make it a little more exciting, and you could just play with some physics here on the different elements on the page, and make them bounce around and just go crazy with it. You can get some shaking going on, and just really spice up your life. So the way we set out on this project today, we knew we wanted to do several of these sort of micro games that you can play in your browser. And so keeping in mind the spirit of our challenge to incorporate Jules and treat Jules like another teammate, we split up our work streams here. I took a game, Tyler took a game, and we both came up with our ideas. And then we thought, well, if we really had another teammate, we'd say, what's your idea? So that's exactly what we did. We asked Jules to come up with an idea, and Jules came up with the gravity collapse game here and implemented that. Some interesting learnings on my end. You'll see all these games incorporate a sidebar of some kind, and that was a really interesting new API for me to work with in the Chrome browser, because kind of a unique challenge here is it really acts like a separate page almost, and there's not a clean way to interact across the main content and the sidebar, and so you have to implement sort of this messaging system between the two sides. So you click a button here and it emits a message over to the main page to take some action, and then the main page responds back with some message. So that was an interesting learning for me.
We're excited with what we build. We think it's the new way to browse the web, and we hope you agree with us.
Yep. Thank you. working in a Chrome extension where we don't have a lot of experience there, and being forced into the vanilla JavaScript functions and writing a lot of CSS by hand and that sort of thing, I think slowed us down. And in a timed challenge like this, that, you know, every second counts, and so that definitely played a part.
I think that's a decent lesson, though, is if you're not at 100% like brain capacity, then like maybe that's a time when you can be like, okay, let's try to have Jules or another AI agent help you. That way you're still able to produce a lot of workable things.
Learning to fetch, you know, UI design inspo from Stitch was a new battle, but once I locked in that flow, it actually made it way more seamless. I threw it one prompt and it cooked up an entire background for me. While Stitch and Jules take a little bit more time to work, they have the best end product. So at the end, my time is cut shorter because I'm not prompting over and over again.
I think one thing that surprised me and that was fun to do was kind of bouncing back and forth between Jules and Stitch. We had Jules come up with its own pitch. Once we did that, we were able to feed its idea into Stitch, get a design, and send that back to Jules to have it actually have a great starting point and come back with a successful app.
We weren't sure if we'd even use Stitch all that much, but I think we were both surprised at just how much value we got out of it.
I feel like the prompt was pretty open-ended this time. I think what I was expecting was that we were gonna get some websites that had like sort of interesting twists, and we didn't get anywhere near that, right? Like everybody went way off of what I would consider to be the beaten path and came up with something just out in the middle. Chrome on a dog.
I was very, very impressed with a lot of the Jules usage. You know, I think at first when you're, like, I try to like kind of explain to everyone like, hey, you're gonna use your own tools, just treat it like this thing you're offloading to. And at first, like, people were like, okay, like take me through doing that. And then I think once people really got the idea of like, oh, I just send somebody else work, that's cool. And it just creates the PR, like, oh yeah, I can do that.
If you're enjoying Code TV and you want to see more shows just like this, please consider becoming a supporter. It costs about $5 a month, and it helps us support the creation of shows just like this.
What are we calling it?
I called it Pop-Up-Pups.
Pop-Pups?
Pups.
Oh, because Pop-Pups.
Pop-App Pups. Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups?
Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups. Pop-App Pups.
All
Pop-App
tones are perfectly valid.
Okay.
But it's Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups.
Faster.
Pop-Pups.
Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups.
Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups.
Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups.
Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups.
Pop-Ups.
Pop-Pups.